Today in Cyberpunk 2077, I'll be showing you how to get the Legendary Monowire for free. It's not attached to any side quests or the main storyline. You can literally pick it up for free at the very start of the game. This is the best Monowire in Cyberpunk 2077, and even though the weapon says it only does around 400 damage, I'll be showing you how to make it hit between 1000 and 4000 damage easily in this video with no mods or upgrades added to it. It's kind of stupid. Also, unlike, for example, a pistol where you need to headshot and critical hit an enemy with in order to deal thousands of damage, the Monowire requires no brain capacity to use. You literally just whip away in an area of effect damage, meaning that you can hit multiple enemies at once who are standing near each other. And as you can see, it is really easy to stun lock groups of enemies so they don't even have a chance to fight back. Now you may be wondering how you can stun lock enemies with a whip. Well, it's actually a really odd secret to the Monowire that may surprise you. Let me explain before I show you where it is, because you may actually not want to bother picking it up after I explain this. And guys, I'm giving away another copy of Cyberpunk 2077 today. To enter, you just need to like the video, leave a comment below, and be a subscriber to win. But to be honest with you guys, the Monowire is a really strange weapon. It's essentially a whip that can attack rapidly up to 3 times per second. And if you hold down your attack, you get like this power attack swing that hits enemies from really far away. It looks really cool. Now the really weird thing about the Monowire though is that it's not a weapon designed for hackers. You cannot hack anybody with this weapon. It's just a melee weapon for whipping. That's all it is. Unlike what we saw in the Cyberpunk tech demo. But what really baffles me about this weapon is that the Monowire actually counts as a street brawler weapon. And that really doesn't make much sense to me. So essentially, each time you are using the Monowire in combat, you will be getting skill progression for the Street Brawler skill line. Now that's absolutely fine. However, if you look at the Street Brawler perks, they all relate to blunt weapons. Increased damage from strong attacks with blunt weapons by 50%. Increased damage from combo attacks with blunt weapons by 50%. So actually, the Monowire is a blunt weapon, even though it doesn't make any sense. So I actually tested this out with the perk Efficient Blows. Reduce the stamina cost of all attacks with blunt weapons by 50%. So as you guys can see from the footage, without this perk, my nanowire attacks cost a certain amount of stamina and the power attacks cost even more stamina. But then, if I go ahead and buy this perk, I'll now show you the footage while I have the Efficient Blow perk, and as you guys can see, it actually costs less stamina to attack normally and use power attacks now. So essentially, all of the Street Brawler perks here affect the Monowire, which is good and bad. Bad because it doesn't really make a lot of sense, and good because as soon as you realize that, all of these perks are going to increase the damage that the Monowire does. For example, Frenzy. Defeating an enemy increases damage with blunt weapons by 100% for 10 seconds. And then we have the perk ability called Rush, which basically, if you have 2 points, I only have 1 point in this at the moment, but successful attacks with blunt weapons regenerate 5% health over 2 seconds. And considering you can attack 3 times per second, you're going to be regenerating 15% health over 2 seconds. So essentially you're going to have continuous stacking health regeneration. It's insane. Now I'll show you guys where to find the Monowire, and then I'll tell you how you can upgrade the damage even further. So the Legendary Monowire is located here in the north of Night City in the district of Watson. So if I go ahead and zoom into the map, we're just here in Kabuki, in this sort of zone right in the middle south end of Watson. So if we go ahead and zoom in, you can see these 2 bridges just here. We're right in the middle over here. As you guys can see, I'm sitting on the road closest to the river coastline just here. If I zoom in again, you'll see right on the coast, and there is a MedPoint pharmacy here, which you're going to want to mark on the map, because we're going to use this as a reference so I can show you guys where it is. But right now we're standing on this crossroad junction just here. So as you guys can see, this is the crossroad. This goes uphill to the left, and then if you look down here, you should see, like, you know, these neon signs heading towards the pharmacy at the end. Essentially, if you just come to this pharmacy, you are in the right place. And then if you go left just here, there's a locked garage door, and then if we go around the corner, you'll find this one is actually open, and if you press F on it, you'll be able to open it. And here is the Legendary Monowire, along with 3,000 euro dollars. Very nice indeed. So pick up the Legendary Monowire just here. Now, before we can actually use the Monowire, we need to install the Cyberware into our bodies, which then allows us to use it. So in order to do this, you need to find a Ripper Doctor. Ripper Doctors are marked all over the map by these small scissor icons. So just go ahead and head over to any Ripper Doctor. It doesn't matter which one, they can all install the Cyberware in your character. There's actually one directly south of your current location. I suggest just using that one. It's a pretty dodgy back alley looking place as well. Anyway, once you get to the Ripper Doctor, just go ahead and have a chat with him.
Looking to get shipped.
And then you're going to go ahead over to your arms just here, and you're going to click on that, and you'll see there's a new option for the Legendary Monowire that you just picked up. So just click on it, and there you go. Now it is equipped within your body. Also, the Monowire has another unique effect. It charges when equipped, but not used in combat. This is a really crap effect in my opinion, but basically attacks with a charge wire deal bonus damage based on the charge level, and the bonus damage that it deals declines with each attack. So basically this just means that the first attack you do with the weapon will usually deal around double damage as the bonus, and then each time you attack after that, it will reduce that bonus. I think the intention is that you use the Monowire to chop someone's head off, and then you swap to another weapon and carry on playing with a pistol, and then you swap back to the Monowire later and you kill another enemy. But really, no one really uses the weapon like that, do they? So I would just ignore this effect. Once you're done here, if you then go to your character and then click on Cyberware just here, you can see that your Monowire is now installed. But if you click on it again, you can actually install mods within the Monowire. Currently it has a physical mod that increases physical damage. This is a really good mod. You can obviously find other mods like this. You can buy them from Ripper Doctors that exist throughout the game, or just find them in various machines. For example, you can increase the attack speed, you can increase the critical damage, and so on. The Legendary Monowire has 3 additional slots to fill, so you can actually increase the damage by quite a bit more by adding these different mods into your Monowire. Alright guys, that's the end of this video, but I've got a whole playlist of all the other legendary weapons you can find in the entirety of Cyberpunk 2077. So check that out, linked below, and like the video if you enjoyed it, because I spent a lot of time making these as in-depth and educational as possible for you guys, so I hope you get a lot out of them. I'll see you guys in another video later today.
Open fire!